Hello, welcome to Global Treats. Not done one of these videos for a while. I was hoping that my next vlog was going to come from some exciting European city as I began my travels initially around Europe. But as you know, England, like most of Europe, is back in complete lockdown thanks to this goddamn coronavirus. So instead of coming from Berlin or Prague or Krakow or any other number of exciting European cities, today I'm getting a train to Grendelford. What a time to be alive. And because we're in lockdown, I wasn't even sure if I was allowed to do this, to get a train and go walking in the countryside. So I checked the government website and apparently I am.
That is what is our objective. And I won't say it's...
It does say that you are allowed to take public transport to an open space. And so that's what I'm doing. Nearly didn't do this today because I had about 3 hours sleep last night, but it was either do this or just laze around in bed all day, which is basically my life at the minute. Right, let's see what Sheffield City Station is like. So here we are at Grendelford. Exciting times. I'm not sure there is actually anything at Grendelford apart from a cafe, but I've not come to explore the town. I've come to walk around the Padley Gorge and surprise view and all that. So let's see.
It's meant to have been sat down with Chris Harvey so many times.
The day I got over here, my sense was normal. And hers went here. Yeah, that's when I thought it's massive.
Okay, well the instructions tell me to come out of the train station and walk up towards the cafe, which I've done, and then turn left over the bridge. So, so far so good. This walk that I'm doing today is from a website called Let's Go Peak District, which I've never used before. I only came across it the other day, and it looks like it's got some pretty good walks on it. This is the thing that is already going to confuse me, because this is the footpath that most people are taking. Padley Mill straight ahead, continue walking along this line as it bears left. So this walk actually doesn't take me up that footpath, unless of course I've got it wrong. Well, it does set up a slight hill. Yep, and then it says after approximately 100 metres take a lane off to the right, signposted Longshaw Estate via Padley Gorge. Go through the wide gate at the end of this lane and enter Padley Gorge. Right, well, Right, so I think this is just an alternative way of getting in. I think I could have probably took that first one, but I want to see what these instructions are like, because there's quite a lot of walks on this website, the Let's Go Peak District site. This is the first one that I've done, so I want to test the instructions, and if it's good then I'll be doing a few more, although winter time is approaching. So we're starting off with quite a steep hill, so I'm puffing away already. Check this place out. Right, so it says enter the wide gate. Bloody hell. So I've not done a walk for a while, should be shattered. So here we are, Padley Gorge. So, according to the map description, Padley Gorge is a beautiful ancient mixed woodland home to a diverse population of plants, birds and animals. It's a designated site of special scientific interest. Apparently I've got to look out for rare pied flycatchers. And also crazy joggers. Yeah, one of the few places in the UK where pied flycatchers breed and live successfully. I don't know what they look like, so I'm going to have a look on Google. It's always the same. At first, when you start walking, you always get shattered after that first initial walk. But then alright after that. Now here, I've got a choice of two paths. Well, it says follow the most obvious well trodden or paved section, which I would say is that. But it also says there's a noticeable fork in the path after approximately 300 metres, which you should take the left fork. I don't know if that's that or not. I don't think that was 300 metres, so I'm going to keep going. Quite high up already. That's exciting. The problem with these walks is you never know which whether you're taking the right one or not. I mean, it just says take left after 300 metres. And there's no signs or anything. I've already passed one left, I guess that's another left. So that goes off beyond that little building as well. So it could have been either one of them two. Well, I think there's a left turn down here, so let's see. Well, I reckon I've probably been going about 300 metres now, and I can't see an obvious left, so who knows. At least I'm on the right side of the brook anyway. Yeah, so this is the first one I've done in a while, and we've been in lockdown, or total lockdown for the past 3 weeks. Just schools and colleges open. Good old Boris told us that we're going back into a tiered system from next week, and I think in Sheffield we'll definitely be under tier 3 again, so pretty much same as it is now. A few more shops will open, but no pubs or restaurants or anything. And this new lockdown or tier thing is going to be last until March, so another 4 months of it. Which, I mean, one thing which is better than it was last time is that at least there are now 3, even maybe 4 vaccines on the way, so that's good, because let's be honest, that's the only way we're going to get out of this. And the scientists have created these vaccines at an incredible speed, so bloody well done them guys. This looks like a left fork. So yeah, I don't know how to think about that, because in a way it's nice to know that, you know, that come March, you know, we'll get the vaccine and life might return back to normal again. But it still means that I do know I've got at least 4 months still to get through of, you know, not seeing anyone, not doing anything, just trying to get by really. Right, Surprise View or Bowl Hill Quarry, is that where I need to go, or do I just carry on up there? Time to check the map. Okay, I've decided to ignore the sign for Surprise View, because I think that's something that I will come to later, so I think I need to keep going this way. I thought I'd come out to a clearing by now, so maybe I am on the wrong path, so I might have to start trying to find an alternative route to get to the next point. I mean, I don't even know where that next point is, so now either all maps are really shit, or I'm shit at reading maps. I think it's all the maps. I mean, I might be on the right track. I mean, you don't know you're on the right track until you find something, you know, that lets you know that you're on the right track. But how far away that is anybody's guess. I think I'm doing okay. I don't think I need to panic just yet, because I've just had a look at the next instructions, or the next thing I'm looking out for, and it says when the trees start to kind of thin out, look for a gate, and that'll bring you to a grassy area next to the river. So if I'd have took that left earlier on, that would have took me away from the river, whereas the river's just down there, and oh, I can actually see a gate just ahead, so maybe that's what I'm looking for. I'm not so rubbish at reading maps after all. Oh, this is a gate, should I say. Not time for a sandwich yet. Well, that's sandwich number 1. I'm definitely on the right track, because I came through the gate and it said there's like a grassy area just next to the river. I need to keep walking past that, and it says don't cross the footbridge, which is just there. So all good so far. Well, a big hairy wet dog just came bouncing up next to me, and that's what happened. Okay, so the next instruction, it says you come to a second footbridge, which is this, but it says turn left instead. Interesting. Now, which left? That left, that left, or that left? I'm going to take this one. So this should lead me to a gate which brings me out on the road. So if this one doesn't, then it shouldn't be too hard to find. I'm not sure whether this is the right path, so I'm just going to see if I can spot this gate. No. Well, just keep on going then, see what happens. Well, this is a gate. I'm not sure if it's the gate, because either one of them other two paths could have also brought me to a gate. But no, I think this is it. This brings me out on the road. I think the other one would have just brought me out. There's a public footpath sign over there, so it's all leading me to the same place. Which is the easiest way to get down here. Right, so now it's time to check the map again and see what the next step is. There's a car park over there, so it should be pretty easy to find out my next step from here. So let's have a look. Well, the instructions said go up some steps to reach the road. Now there weren't any steps, but it then does say cross the road and take the footpath directly opposite, which I'm presuming is this. Go through a further gate to emerge onto Hathersage Moor. So that was Padley Gorge, and I'm guessing this is Hathersage Moor. Well, so far these instructions have been pretty good. It tells you as soon as you go through the further gate to merge onto Hathersage Moor, with wide open moorland ahead of you. And then it says there is a fork of paths as soon as you've gone through the gate, and you need to take the left path, which to me is that. That's left, that's straight on, and that's right. But it says take the left path continuing pretty much straight on over the moor. So I'm guessing it's that one. This wide grassy track soon narrows as it cuts through the heather, which is quite obvious and easy to follow. Right. Well, it's narrowed. So I think we're doing well so far today. And apparently after about 300 metres I should be able to look out and see Higger Tor in the distance. So let's see if we can go and find that. Well, I might have spoke too soon, because that path just kind of ended here. So I've climbed up here, and now, well, I don't know where to go now. Do I just keep going somewhere over here, or I don't know. I mean, that was a path up, but then it just becomes this, where it's not really that obvious. I'm going to try this way. Ah, that's a path. Just had a look at the next few instructions. It does get pretty complicated for me running, because I've basically got to find a bench. So somewhere amongst all this lot. So if I don't find a bench, then I've lost my way. But I seem to be on a path, so I'm just going to keep going and see what happens. I think I'm definitely lost now, because this ahead of me is Mother Cap, which is a climbing place, and it doesn't mention that on the map, and I thought it would have done. I can't see Higger Tor anyway, because Higger Tor's flat, isn't it? I can't really see anything that looks like Higger Tor, so I'm going to keep going anyway and see what's at the other side of this. Well, if this bench doesn't appear anytime soon, I'm just going to wander around here, have a look on Google Maps at places of interest, go and have a look at all of them, and just, yeah, go for a wander, I guess. Okay, so I definitely have come up the wrong way, but I did actually, when I was looking at this walk, I did want to do this, I did want to come up here anyway, so I've kind of accidentally come to a place that I wanted to come and have a look at, because the views from here are amazing. So what I could do now is try and find an alternative way back to where I needed to be half an hour ago, or just go back from where I came, which I think that's what I'm going to do. Right, well, that's Mother's Cap down there, so basically needs to head back towards that and then just walk in a straight line, get back to the road and turn right, walk past Surprise View car park, and get back onto the actual route that way. Right, so as I was walking back down, I could see an alternative route which takes me directly to Surprise View car park, which is just through the woods there, and I came in somewhere over there, and I think what I should have done is I should have come out of that field like at the other side of the car park. So I'm going to head that way now, and I think the road bends to the right just past the car park, and so once I get there I'm going to check the map again, and I should be back on the actual route of the walk. So what I've done in effect is I've just done the kind of add-on to the walk that I wanted to do anyway, but I've just done it by accident. So I've not really lost any time. So here we go, Surprise View car park's just coming up at the bottom of this hill, and hopefully I should be back on track. Okay, so that's where I should have come out. So when I turned left at the footbridge over the river, and there were three options, and I took the one which I thought looked like the most obvious one, that was the wrong one. I should have took the very first left. And so there are some steps over there which I was missing last time. So from there it says cross the road and with great care take the public footpath directly opposite, which I'm presuming is this. So now, oh, and there's a lovely bench as well. Is this a possible sandwich bench? Sun's trying to come out. Potential. Oh, there's another one up there. That looks even better. Watch this, it'll take me right back to where I've just come from. Them views though. I'm going to do a walk from Hathersage. It's a circular walk. I do believe it's on the same website as this one. And so you start in Hathersage. I can get a bus to Hathersage. Or I think you get a train to Hathersage. Yeah, so it's a circular walk and it comes all around here and then back to Hathersage, and then you can spend some time in the town. The reason why I haven't done that today is because you know, everything's closed, so there'll be nothing open in Hathersage. There might be a couple of cafes for a takeaway, but that'll be about it. No, instead of sitting on that bench, why don't I just climb over here? There we go, that's another thumbnail shot. Sandwich possibility, this one. Yep, I think I'm going to do it. Sandwich number 2. Well, that was such a nice view, I decided to have both of my remaining sandwiches. So now I'm back on it. So it says go through the gate. There's a gate there and there's a gate here. But this is the one that's comes off the footpath I was on. So let's see what it says now. There's a focal path, so you need to take the left path, continuing pretty much straight on over the moor. This is going to take me right back to where I've just bloody come from. Let's have a look. It's wide, grassy track, soon narrows as it cuts through the heather. Right, just keep going on here then. Unless I was supposed to go that way. Oh, I don't bloody know. So just there, that's Mother's Cap, and just there is where I was looking out over Hathersage. Now this doesn't seem to be going through this land, it just seems to be going round to the side. So maybe I should have took the other one. What climb is that? So now I'm coming right to the bottom of a viewpoint just there where I was looking out over, well, I think it's Hathersage, I'm pretty sure it's Hathersage, down there. God knows where this bloody bench is. I think now all there is to do is just keep walking around in a circle and it'll take me back to Grendelford. I think that's pretty much the walk done. Unless I walk up to Higgers Tor. Right, I've decided I am going to walk to Higgers Tor. It's 24 minutes away from where I am, up there. So I'm going to wander up there, go and check that out. And then it shouldn't be that far from there. I should be able to walk, get back onto the river and head back towards Grendelford for the train. So probably be like another hour and a half or something, maybe. That's Higgers Tor there, that flat thing in the middle. and that's what I'm going to climb up. So this is extra to the walk that I'm doing, like the Mother's Cap and the other thing. I'm not sure what that other thing's called, but that's in the distance now. So I stood up there and looked across at Higgers Tor, and then I walked right back down there and then across and then back round, and now I'm heading to Higgers Tor, and then try and find my way back to Grendelford, where the trains are like once every hour. So depending on what time I get back there, I might have an hour's wait for a train, but I bought a book, so that's not too bad. And the train journey back to Sheffield is only 15 minutes, so this is a great walk to do. Literally a 15-minute train ride from Sheffield city centre, and this is where it brings you. Not sure what that building is, we're right in the distance, you'll not be able to see that. Right over there is a big building with a big kind of spire or something. I don't know if it's a spire or a chimney. Anyway, yeah, so 15 minutes from Sheffield city centre brings you out here. I'm very lucky to have all this on our doorstep, and definitely didn't take advantage of it as much as perhaps I should have done in the past. Well, that's one good thing about lockdown, is it's forced me to go out and do these walks, because there's bugger all else to do, and it's great. It really does clean out the system, clear out the cobwebs, reset the old brain before we face another 4 months of lockdown. Or at least living in Sheffield, you have got the option of this. I know it's going to be winter, but it's not going to stop me, you know, unless the weather's really, really bad. I'm not bothered about the cold. Snow and ice might make it a bit difficult. Right, am I going to climb this thing then? Appears so. Can't see anybody up there. That looks like a path going up through the middle just there. So let's do it. Well, it appears that the path, there was an option of paths to come out onto the bottom of Higgers Tor, and the one I was going on was very, very wet and waterlogged. So I took this one, and it looks like this one's going to bring me up at the left hand side, which is good because that means I can just walk across the whole thing and come out on the other side, which is where I want to be, because that's where the walk back to Gridleford begins. So bit of luck there. It's quite muddy in places around here, so yep, shoes and trousers are muddy. Like I say, it doesn't matter because these are my hiking boots, but they are actually my only boots. I guess that's quite unusual to be a man of my years and to basically own nothing. People by my age have normally got houses and kids and cars, grandkids, wardrobes full of clothes that they never wear, shoes that they've forgotten about, jewellery, you know. I ain't got any of it. I mean, I did have stuff, but then went travelling and got rid of it all. So now basically don't own anything really. Beware of possessions. because they can end up owning you. Oh, no danger of that with me. Right, so this is going to take me up to Higgers Tor. I hope I'm saying that right. I hope that's what it's actually called. My memory's shocking, so it's probably called something completely different. Right, it's going to get a bit steep now. That's quite a steep climb at the end, but it wasn't very long, so that was okay. Amazing views. We definitely need some water now. So I'm on top of Higger Tor now. You wouldn't really know, really. I guess you only know when you get to the edge and look down. Not done bad today, so I only had about 3 hours sleep last night. Right at the start of the walk, that first hill, I was out of breath immediately, but I always like that when I do these walks. Once you get going, it's alright. Presuming if I just keep walking in this direction, then eventually there'll be a path which will bring me down the other side. If I wasn't wearing trousers that fell down. Oh, I think that's the hardest part. I should stop saying things like that, because as soon as I say something like that, that's when I go off over tears. Right, so I'm just going to walk as far as this path takes me. I can see a car right in the distance, so it does bring me out on some kind of road. So I'm just going to walk down here, get to the road. I'm going to check Google Maps to find out where I am. And this should be the walk back to Grendelford. That's Burbage over there, and then Ringing Well. So I could have probably just walked back to Sheffield. Just carry on walking through all this you know, there'd have been the option of a nice pint waiting for me once I got back to the city. But being as that's not an option, can't be bothered. So we're got the same problem again. I can see a path down there, but I don't know how to get through. Oh, hang on, there we go. Oh, that was a spark. Now I've got about an hour until the next train is due, so I'm hoping that I should time it right. Alright, that's the next destination. So I've just looked at Google Maps to see how long it's going to take me to get back to Grendelford train station. Oh, bugger. And apparently 59 minutes, which means I should get there just after the train's left. So typically that means I'll have just under an hour to sit outside a cold train station, and it has just started to rain, and obviously I can't go and sit in a pub, so that's going to be a bit of a crappy ending to today's adventure. But who knows, maybe I'll find something interesting on the way to pass the time. Might even pointing this at me. Not that, you know, I'm going to see my mug on the camera anyway when there's all this. Well, getting out of this field is proving to be a little more difficult than I first anticipated, because about halfway up there it got really waterlogged and boggy, and it's the same here. So it looks like I'm going to be sat for an hour waiting for a train with wet feet, unless I can tread carefully through this lot. Not too bad, but every now and again, like I just did there, you just sink. Oh my god, I'm sinking. Yep, well, my feet are wet now anyway, might as well just walk through it. Oh Jesus. How do I get out of here? Oh crap, it's just getting worse. Right. Well, that looks like a path over there. Let's get me to the other side. Right. Okay. Jesus Christ. Where am I supposed to go? Oh, Jesus. Right, hopefully that's the worst of that. Let's try and find the bloody road now. Can hear cars. Ta-da! Oh, and there's a road as well. There's a gate at the end of this, which I presume brings you onto that road. And then we'll see where we are. Higgers Tor over there, Mother's Cap, and the viewpoint, which I don't know if it's what that's actually called. A few miles today. Right. So now I'm back on the Padley Gorge trail where I started, just on the other side of the river now, or other side of Burbage Brook. I can see the footbridge down there. That could well be the footbridge where I turned left up the wrong direction, well, not the wrong direction, but the wrong path, which was my first mistake of the day. So that'll become clear once we get to the bottom whether it is. I think it is. I think it's where I sat down and had my first sandwich. Oh, lovely sandwich it was. So I've pretty much done the walk as it told me to do. The only plus I did the extra things as well, so yeah, quite successful. I don't know if this is the bridge now. I'm looking at it. I don't think it is. I think I'm higher up because there's no left turns there, so still a way to go yet then. Okay, so we're back at that second bridge again, and as you can see, this was the left turn. So there were three options. There was this one, this is one I took, and then there's kind of two options there. Now I think I should have took the very first one, or maybe even the second, but not the third. So that's where it kind of went wrong. But I've just been looking at the map and the directions, and the directions told you to come out into this Lawrence field at the end. And on the map, because this part of the walk that you do like at the start and the beginning, the line of the walk, you get the starting line and then the end line, and it joins, and it's hard to tell which way is which. So it is a little bit confusing, the map, but I did manage to get it all done. I mean, completely not in the order that the map suggested. And again, I think the map and the directions on the map aren't that clear. But it's fairly easy. It's a good guide, and it's fairly easy to. You basically do a big circle, so it's not that hard to work out. just expect to get lost along the way, as I did. What I would recommend you do is walk up Padley Gorge, not Padley Gorge, well yeah, Padley Gorge, but on the left hand side of the Burbage Brook, until you get to, just keep on walking until you get to the second footbridge, turn left, and actually go the way I went, so it's kind of the third left, bang opposite the footbridge, and just follow that all the way up and then cross the road, go in a straight line and keep walking up, do a bit of rock climbing, get up to Mother's Cap, go past that, and then to the viewpoint where the views over Hathersage and the Hope Valley were breathtaking. From there you could just head towards Higgers Tor and you know, go up the left hand side of Higgers Tor, walk across the top, come down the other side, and then just keep walking in a straight line, and eventually it brings you at the top of the Padley Gorge trail again, and then you can just head back down to Grendelford. So that's what I'd recommend if you're going to do this walk. I will give the Let's Go Peak District website another go, because it was quite good, the map. I've had a lot worse, but there could be a couple of things that I'd improve. I think it's confusing, especially with the start and the finish lines which cross on the map, so it's hard to tell when they actually do start splitting which way you're supposed to go, and I suppose it doesn't really matter, but the directions, I've just read through the directions at the end, and it says drop into Lawrence Field, and that was, to me, that was like, you know, when you turn left there, that's where Lawrence Field is. So I'm not sure whether that's a mistake or whether I've just read it wrong, which is always a possibility. Anyway, I'm back here, so heading now back to Gridleford. Could I go down the other side? I'm sure I could. Maybe I should do that. That's what I'm going to do. Well, I'm presuming that this just leads straight down to Grindelford. I'm hoping so anyway. I'm hoping the footpath doesn't take me off on some crazy mad diversion. Could have played it safe and just came back the way I came, but I'm only on the other side of the river, so it can't really go too badly wrong. Well, I managed to get down to the actual Burbage Brook, because the path was taking me like really far away. I was quite high up, so I managed to get down, slipped, but I got a couple of shots of the brook, a couple of nice shots. And then I've ended up right at the top again, and I don't know how that's happened, to be honest, because I'm right up to the edge, and now I've got to somehow, well, deal with this. I thought I was on a bit of a straight path then, to be honest. You said I'm on a bloody waterfall. Well, that was easy enough. Well, there we go. As expected, the coming down the this side of the brook has brought me out at the trail that I nearly came up at the start, which would have been wrong. I was correct to keep on going. It was more difficult coming down that way. That side is much rockier and the path is up and down. At one point I was right next to the river, and then a few minutes later I was right up against the wall at the top. So yeah, that's it. Done. Let's see what time it is. 1 minute past 3. So I've got about 48 minutes to wait for the train. and there's nothing to do. I think the cafe's open, but you can't go in. You only get a takeaway. I'm not particularly bothered about that, so. Right. See what's happening in Grendelford. So here we are, back at the station where the adventure began. I just tried to get, I was going to get a drink from the cafe, but it is still open, but unfortunately they don't take a card. On the outside of the place there's just rules, what you are allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do. It didn't seem that welcoming, to be honest, and not taking card in this day and age, and especially because it's, with it being the only place for miles that you can get a drink from, is a bit rubbish. So I've got a 25-minute wait now for this train. The train should take about 15 minutes to get back to Sheffield. So yeah, Grendelford. It was a good walk actually. It was amazing views. 15 minutes from the city centre, as I said, so it's definitely worth doing. And I'd like to say that the next vlog will be somewhere a little bit more interesting, but it's not looking that way. So I'm going to use the Let's Go Peak District website again, because there's tons of walks on there. I'll put the link in the description below. Yes, so leave a comment, leave a like, click on subscribe. There'll be more walks if the weather holds out, and then eventually after what looks like it's going to be over a year since I was last anywhere, there'll be some more exciting vlogs coming. Just for people that don't know my situation, I was travelling for 15 months, a year in Southeast Asia, and then 3 months around Europe, and then I came back. I flew back from Budapest to Sheffield, where I was planning to stay for a couple of months before heading out to Romania. And I came back to Sheffield, spent about a month in Sheffield, then went to Scotland for 3 weeks, and then went back to Sheffield, and that's when lockdown happened. So I've been living at my parents for, well, it'll be a year soon, in January. And so yeah, it's not been the I knew finishing travelling was going to be hard, and that's why I was going to just get straight back out there, but I didn't realise, obviously no one realised it was going to be that life was going to take a turn like it has done. So just have to keep going. Another few months, we've done a year, so another 3 months, get that vaccine in our arm, and then hopefully the world will open up again and I can go travelling. I'm going to start in Berlin and Leipzig, Dresden, Prague. I'm going to spend about a month in Czech Republic, then cross through Slovakia into Poland, and sorry, no, that's the wrong way around. From Czech Republic into Poland, then Slovakia, and then Romania, Bulgaria, Turkey and Georgia, and then I'll decide where to go after that once I'm there. But that's a while off yet, but it is coming. There's going to be some interesting videos. I've already got plenty planned. I must have travelled Europe about a dozen times on Google Maps over this last year. I've got plenty of places that I want to go and visit. I'm going to be doing lots of vlogs in Berlin and Prague. In Berlin I'm going to do a communist Berlin Wall vlog, a Holocaust vlog, a street art vlog, and a David Bowie vlog, and yeah, lots of other things as well. So subscribe, and then eventually the channel, hopefully around about March time, will suddenly start getting much more interesting. So yeah, if you've got this far, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.